this one, but he's nowhere near these highlights, so just trust me, he was there. Inter in white, Julio Cruz on the near side in front to Dejan Stankovic, and he'll put it past keeper Albano Bizzarri. Early start for Inter. This goal coming 5 minutes into the game. Catania would get it back, though. Michele Paolucci scores. But this one is called back, and the referee didn't like it. Takayuki Morimoto with the boot stomp on defender Nicolas Bordiso. Middle of the park, Suli Montari, a tackle on Giacomo Tedesco, and he's off. No hesitation from the referee, and maybe it's a bit harsh as Montari looked like he was lunging for the ball. Inter Stankovic, the long ball over the defense, and there's Zlatan, springs the offside trap, and puts it into the open goal. Catania's last victory over Inter, 1966. Oh, what a great year. 2-0 to fun.
Well, the good folks at Major League Soccer issued a mass email Wednesday hoping to clarify some of the stories floating around about whether or not David Beckham will be staying or going. Dan Quartermatch giving us details on the accurate quotes to be seen from various media outlets. But it is Beckham himself who is providing some of the best indicators on this day. Here's what he was quoted as saying in London's Times newspaper on Wednesday. I am under contract with the LA Galaxy and I have a lot of respect for them, but the possibility to play at Milan is something special. The truth is that the Americans are doing everything to improve the level and reputation of their football. I think 10 years have to go by to achieve results. He goes on to add, I have to admit that having played in Europe, at times it has been frustrating to take part in certain games in the MLS. And in speaking about how special it is to play at Milan, to play here is the dream of any player, but deciding is not easy. It's a situation that requires time. Take these quotes as you will, but it's surely not going to go over very well at MLS HQ. Well, Beckham had the chance to impress England boss Fabio Capello Wednesday as Milan hosted Genoa in midweek Serie A play. Milan needing a win to keep themselves in the title chase, and Genoa expected to provide some pacey play, which should give Capello a good idea as to just how fit Mr. Beckham truly is. Capello enjoying a lap dance on Italian TV last night. You can YouTube that if you haven't seen it. Beck psyched up for this one. Opening minute of play, he comes flying into a loose ball, and the pile-driving shot tipped over by the goalkeeper, Robinho. Now that had some pepper on it. Milan kept applying pressure. Free kick in the 16th, crossbarred by Andrea Pirlo. He also spanks the rebound into orbit. And Genoa on their heels. Beckham, free kick, 33rd. He's got a second goal for the club. Right into the top corner. What a strike that was. 1-0 Milan, and Don Fabio sure to be liking that. It's a stunning strike from the Galaxy's shooting star. After that, Genoa started to come into the game. Christian Abiati forced into a low save off the free kick. Pirlo again bombing the 44th. Again, it finds the frame, and it was 1-0 Milan at the break. Late on, more heroics from Abiati. Issued the denial on Diego Milito with the header. Nicely done. And with time ticking down, though, Milito would get his goal. Giuseppe Piava heads it to him on the left side, and he cranks it past Abiati. 1-1 in the 87th, and that was the goal that killed this game off. Genoa have to be pleased. Milan, not so much. It stays 1-1 at the San Siro.
Udinese without a win in 11 games hosts the second-place Juventus. Juventus has not lost since October, unbeaten in 7. Stadio Friuli, and look at Fabio Quagliarella rolling it past Gigi Buffon. Antonio Di Natale with the pass, and 1-0 Udine to the break. Second half, home side again. Gaetano D'Agostino finds Di Natale, and this past Buffon, and a second goal in the 74th. Very nice, and Di Natale with his 10th Serie A goal of the season. Giovanni Pasquale with the foul on Zdenek Grigera, and it's a yellow card and a PK for Juventus, and from the spot, former Udinese striker Vincenzo Iaquinta puts it past Samir Handanovic. It's the biggest win imaginable for Udinese. They knock off contenders Juve 2-1 the final. David Trezeguet also coming on after a 5-month break.
Napoli away on this Wednesday, taking on Fiorentina. It's number 6 and number 7 in a Serie A meeting. Napoli won 2-1 at home early in the season. Not sure if that was a scuff or a genius ball, but Mario Alberto Santana with the goal. 47th minute, 1-0 to Fiorentina. Michele Pacienza, the defender who deflected that one. Luigi Vitali in the 49th working for the cross. Sebastian Frey kind of helps that one into his own goal. Make it 1-1. The replay we see it a little better. Where he was standing, he couldn't really keep that ball out. 79th, Ricardo Montolivo gives it up, runs into some open space, stops and pops it underneath Matteo Gianello. Make it 2-1 to Fiorentina. Nicely designed effort across. 90th plus 3, Montalvino called for the handball on the attack. There will be no goal, and there will be no seeing the end of the game for him. It's his second yellow, and he is done. Final kick of the game for Napoli. Dinged off the bar. Ezekiel Avesi is denied by Sebastian Frey. Napoli taking the 3 points. Pardon me, Fiorentina taking the 3 points, snapping a 3-game losing streak. Sampdoria Lazio, and it's Sampdoria striking first in this one. 13th minute, the swinger coming in. Gennaro Del Vecchio tips it far side, and Fernando Muslera. 1-0 to Sampdoria. Long ball to Masso Rocchi, the 29th. Losing everybody. Rocchi makes it 1-1. 51st, Antonio Cassano, the left side. Decides to shoot as he's given a little more room than he's needed. 2-1 to Sampdoria, but then 4 minutes later, Marcus Stankovičius airborne. It's thrown down like Randy the Ram there in the celebration. It's 3-1. Stefan Lichtensteiner taking down Daniele De Sena. Penalty to Sampdoria. Claudio Bellucci on Muslera, but denied. And the rebound will tumble wide of the goal. 5 yellows given out in the last 3 minutes of this game. Daniele Gastatello, the takedown. And then the 90th minute, Pasquale Foggia gets one for his collection. And then a fight is proposed. Oh boy, somebody against Chris Jericho, I would wager. There we go. More and more. It's a testy end. But in the end, is a 3-1 Sampdoria win.
AS Roma's win over Palermo Wednesday afternoon was a costly one. The Romans losing right back Marco Cassetti for 90 days with a thigh injury. The 31-year-old was only on the park for 6 minutes after coming off the bench. The diagnosis is a torn right thigh muscle, and that puts him out a minimum of 60 days and likely closer to 90. That means he'll miss Roma's Champions League tie versus Arsenal. Cassetti had played in 2 of their group stage matches. Let's take you to the game. Back to Wednesday. Second match back for Francesco Totti for Roma, and he started this game. He was on the bench last weekend. Played a big part in the early stages of this one. Roma with possession, 24th. Totti gets the ball, skips it to goal, and it takes a wicked deflection off Boris Cazzorieri and handcuffs goalkeeper Marco Amelia, and it is 1-0 to Roma. Lead short-lived, though. 7 minutes later, Matteo Brighi gets caught playing with the ball. Fabio Liverani takes it, plays an Edison Cavani, and the slow roller catches the Roma keeper. 1-1, 31st. Brighi redeems himself on the cusp of halftime, though. Totti with the cross to the near post, and Brighi goes up and gets it. The header beyond Amelia. 2-1 at the restart. Palermo's best chance to level came midway through the second. Mark Bresciano's cross headed onto the crossbar. Levan Betetlizzi with the try. And then 10 minutes from time, Daniele De Rossi, he looks certain to wrap this one up. Bursts through the middle, rounds the goalkeeper, and he opts to pass instead of shoot, and it's blocked out. Doesn't hurt them, though. Roma unbeaten in 5 to start 0-9. 2-1 the final from the Olimpico. At Bergamo, Atalanta welcome to Bologna, the host with just 2 home losses all season. They are in the blue and black. Early chance here, played up to Sergio Floccari. He's going to squirm free of his man and hammer it on goal, but he nails the frame, and that one stays out. Villarreal said he was able to bid for him this week. Bologna would be the ones to get the game's only goal. Free kick in the 80th on the far side. Put in the goal by Sergio Volpi. A 1-0. Volpi sent in the kick, and it doesn't touch anyone as it gets through Ferdinando Coppola. Just a 3rd home loss for Atalanta this term. 1-0. The final.
Cagliari and Siena, both teams had won their previous 2 matches coming into this one. Cagliari, though, without keeper Federico Marchetti, who is suspended. Michele Fini working for the cross, trying to find it, losing his man. This one knocked down for Roberto Acquafresca. 1-0 to Cagliari, that in the 37th minute. Not a whole lot of highlights to show you from this one. Not a lot of attacking, which must have Rafa Benitez raving about that. Cagliari winning 1-0. They're on a pretty solid run. They've dropped just 9 points in their last 10 games.
At Verona, relegation 6-pointer between Chievo and Lecce. The 2 teams separated by 2 points, with Lecce the superior of the 2. Goalless to the 50th. That's when Chievo get into trouble. They beat Mandelli, tripping up Simeone Turbolchi. And it's a second caution for Mandelli, and off he goes. Lecce would take advantage 6 minutes later. Corner kick into the mixer, played back to Giuseppe Vivas, and look at this bender past Stefano Sorrentino. The no-chance ball, making it 1-0. Vivas busts out the whooping stick and gets himself a goal of the week contender. Very nice. Lecce get into some car trouble with 10 to go, though. Fabiano with the late tap on Sergio Plissier. A second yellow for him as well, and now both sides on 10 men. That helps Chievo. 2 minutes left, they level. Right side cross gets all the way to the near post for Andrea Mantovani to tap in. 1-1. That's how it stays as both sides stay in relegation trouble. Well, here's the full...